Let's talk about artificial intelligence, your lawyer, and the best song of 2022. I know business people are considering it as a tool. Plenty of business people I know are turning to their chatbots, turning to, say, ChatGPT and saying, write me a contract. It all makes me think about the Beths, the awesome New Zealand band, and their 2022 album, its title track. Fantastic song. So, first question. Should you, a business person, what about you using your AI tools to write your legal agreements and to go through and do legal chores for you instead of calling a lawyer? Is that a good idea? It's a hard no, especially with where the technology stands right now. I've had clients come to me and say, hey, I just have tried having ChatGPT write this agreement. Can you read it through and just, make sure it's okay? And I have to say, yes, I can do that. I can take that, agreement of a few pages and read it through and maybe make some minimal changes to it to make sure that it covers the bases correctly. And, let's say that'll take me 2 hours. Or I can start with the template I use in our firm that I've been massaging for years that fits the situation, and I can change that template to meet your needs, and that'll take me 15, 20 minutes. What would you rather pay for? But the bigger problem with me is the output's just not that good. I'm seeing contracts that business people, knowledgeable business people, are trying to put together using AI, and they're consistently missing the point. One client showed me the result when they tried to have AI write for them a letter of intent. It's supposed to be a non-binding statement of intent leading up to a formal contract. Yeah, but the problem is the way AI drafted the document. It was totally binding. It absolutely stuck my client with doing things that they might have ultimately decided not to do. AI missed that. I've had other situations where, let's say my client is the buyer of a business, or the buyer of goods, and they asked AI, can you write an agreement for me to cover this transaction I want to do? And in the agreement, AI very dutifully said, well, here's all these duties of the buyer, da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, yeah, what AI missed is, in a negotiation, you would make those things the duty of the other side. My client wanted the seller to be responsible for those. He didn't want to take responsibility for those. That's the kind of context and subtlety that AI can easily mix. Could you fix it with prompts? Maybe, but there's so many issues like that. I'm seeing these issues again and again, where AI is simply missing the mark legally and producing something that sounds right. Of course it sounds right, because large language models and generative AI are great at creating text and content that sounds the way it's supposed to do. That's what it's great at doing. But it doesn't mean that technically, substantively, it's giving you the terms you need. Frequently, it's giving you something that in negotiation you would never accept. The question is, do you, as a layperson, understand the difference? Can you read it? And just as in artificial intelligence, most experts say you need a human in the loop. When it comes to legal documents, you need a lawyer in the loop. Let me put it this way. If you can't sit down and explain what indemnification means to me, if you're not quite sure what the difference is between choice of law and jurisdiction, I could list other ones. If you don't know these technicalities, you should not be having AI write your legal documents for you, because you can't tell the difference between good and not good. You can't check it over. Now, there are other risks in using AI for legal things. A big one is confidentiality. If you're not really careful about what the tool is that you're using and what it's learning from, and whether it has the right to learn from your prompts and your requests, then you're running a confidentiality risk that really important legal issue you asked AI about is now going to be part of AI's answer to someone else's question. So, bottom line, if you ask AI to write your legal documents, the result is not good, and it's not cheap. And another reason it's not cheap is you put something in that document and you sign it, and it gets you into trouble later, or it doesn't get you the deal you expected. Those are big costs Those are costs that outrank anything I would charge you. It's not worth it. All right, well, that leads to the second question. Should I be using AI? Should Princeton Business Law be using AI in our work? Now, the answer here is yes, but. Now, look, by nature, I'm an early adopter. I believe in the wise words of another song from that Beth's album. Some things are best left to rot. There's some ways of doing things that just because I've been doing it for years or admittedly decades, that doesn't mean it's the best way to still do it. So here at Princeton Business Law, we are adding artificial intelligence and technology tools. We just signed up for a new law firm practice management software that incorporates AI tools. That's part of why I signed up for it. We're using AI in advanced research, in our research tools. AI is, I think, pretty good at things for me internally, like what we used to do with mail merge, right? Creating documents where it's blending our template and a set of information, and we don't have to go in and manually do that. That's what AI is great at. AI is good at, let's say, boiling the ocean. It's a very broad area, and I want to just, narrow it down or get a good overview of a place to start the work. And it matches our objective at Princeton Business Law of always looking for ways to increase our efficiency so that we can bring our clients better value. It's really important to me. But even within the law firm, even within the legal environment, there are definitely limits about what AI can do. I've had multiple situations where I have asked AI a question and gotten the wrong legal answer. Part of this is, the whole thing about hallucinations, and you certainly hear about those in cases where people have cited, I've cited court precedent to a judge, and it turns out that court precedent never existed. It's something AI made up. That happens. As the technology develops, that's going to happen less and less frequently. What worries me is what I'm still seeing even with the advanced tools, which is I'll ask a question and get one answer, ask the question a slightly different way, and get a completely different legal answer. Like one answer is, yes, this is proper legally. Another answer is, no, this is not proper. The multiple times I've experimented with AI and asked questions about, let's say a sample contract. And AI's just given me a wrong answer. It said, this contract meets all these requirements under the law, when in fact, the contract didn't. There is still very much that element of subtlety, of context, of what's going to work in a negotiation, what's the best way to play this issue. And yes, even of the technical law, did the tool, did the bot pick up all the aspects that need to be taken into account? That's the kind of thing that comes with understanding how the law works, having, yes, years of experience in practicing the law, and being able to tell what's right or what's wrong. And for me, the question about what we do does come down to that, not just what's good, but what's cheap. It's good when it increases our efficiency. But I'm increasingly seeing discussions, even within the legal profession, that this rush to incorporate generative AI tools into the legal practice is actually adding expense, because lawyers are going through all the effort of getting AI to try and give them a good answer, and yet they still have to go back and recreate all the work from scratch as if they'd never used AI, just to make sure that the AI output is accurate and correct and that they can stand behind it. So they wind up, in a sense, doing the work twice. It's another lesson from the Beths, whose new album just released. The title track, "The Straight Line Was a Lie." It has the line, "The straight line was a circle." That's what's happening to lawyers using AI. They use the AI to come back to where they started. They have to do the job again. So in law firms like Princeton Business Law, yes, we need to keep innovating, but AI is not replacing lawyers for us anytime soon. There's still a thing we need to do. Let me offer this to you in summary. I read another one of those breathless articles about what artificial intelligence can do for businesses the other day. Even that article gave 2 warnings about using AI. One warning was, never tell the AI something private unless you're like super sure that, this is your own internal AI tool, there's that risk of confidentiality. And the second thing, and you see this all the time when you use AI, the second warning of this article was never accept the AI's output as it is. It needs to be checked. It needs to be edited before you use it as a final product. But if you're not a lawyer and you're not experienced in that area, you can't do the checking and editing. You still need a lawyer to do that. Basically, those two caveats exclude doing almost anything legal yourself in AI, because it's always private and it always requires an expert to check over the work. So right now, I think if you're using AI to generate your contracts and there's not a lawyer in the loop, the result you're going to have is another great track from this new Beth's album. Check it out. The track is The Result, No Joy. I'd love your thoughts on how you're using AI and how you think it might be appropriate to use it with or regrettably instead of your lawyer. Leave your comments below. IRL, I'm Jason Meyer for Princeton Business Law.